dedicate this to my cousin, or second cousin, our second cousin, who passed away this morning. She's lived with cancer for a number of years. It's not so much about her, this is something I wrote a little while back, but I think that bits of it would relate, so hope you enjoy it. So, what has changed? Life. Life at times has a way of making you feel vulnerable and liberated simultaneously. It doesn't always play out as one imagines. In my busyness, I often forget to breathe in the moments. I often forget to breathe in the wonders that surround me. In my quiet moments, when distractions are laid to rest, my thoughts stretch out before me, scattering across the vast desert of contemplation, spanning my curious existence, vanishing into a future in any direction unknown. My past sits complacently within, having done its job of introductions, surreptitiously works its variegated nuances upon my pliable self. I traverse an ever-shifting landscape, eagerly searching the stars or patiently sifting mountains of sand to find a glint of wisdom. I cannot pretend to comprehend the convoluted paths of destiny, where fate's agenda is shuffled with sleight of hand by an inconspicuous dealer. Or would I predict if one's autonomous choices can lead to fortune or destitution? Nor am I presumptuous to say that I know the cryptic will of any deity that titillates my imagination in enigmatic teas, or if indeed their minions battle amongst themselves for ownership for my unquestioning faith. I cannot say whether Lady Luck toys with my ambitious hopes, suspended with bated breath in the mid-roll of the dice, nor could I speculate if self-determination can transcend arrogance of self-importance and be charitable to fellow seekers travelling a different path. My assumption, however, is that I am alive in this moment, a diorama of memories and dreams filtered, fused, manipulated, squashed, all embraced by people and events, moulding a semblance of being on this corporeal construct. A speck of dust that settled temporarily, here, now, in the timeline of billions of years of chaos. My own history is strewn with fragments of moments, handed down in ancestral echoes, or experienced and tattooed on memory's membrane. It is a jigsaw puzzle of heady loves and broken hearts, of kind words and impulsive deeds, of companionship in family and friends, of the loneliness of midnight haunts, all casually tossed into a labyrinth, fashioned from glass and mirrors by time's impatient haste. As a young child, my pristine world changed colour with a bullet, shattering the hearts and minds of Camelot, and a Machiavellian world of grinning men with secret handshakes emerged from grassy knolls. Yes, I also had a dream back then, simple in its boyhood naivety, carefree, laughed and played in the shelter of parental refuge, saw it shot down, televised over and over, splintered and enshrouded the fragile dreams of youth in a fallout of fear and lies. Yellow hordes, red peril, black panthers, white supremacy, these became the colours of terror and conflict, holding hostage my innocent spirit in a shadow of atomic annihilation. As a young boy, I was enticed away from mother's embrace by the relentless white noise of materialism, ever present on television and radio, luring young minds into a hormonal frenzy of body image, preening and fussing the ego of vanity, looking like everybody else in a superficial uniform of cultural identity. I wasted no time in diving head first, free-falling into an anarchic world of conflicting ideologies. Father's wise words drowned in the din of a world that demanded my attention, and mother reluctantly surrendered her protective hold. And I armed only with the good book in one hand and Darwin's clever apes ascending from the other, chipped my way into a brave new world. As a young man, I strutted with Kerouac, Burroughs and Ginsberg, Marx, Jung and the Beatles, dropped out, tuned in, free love, hashish conversation, leery psychedelic clear light, mushroom visions, whiskey terrors, white lines burning back of eyes, and yes, sadly, watched friends die on a mantra of live fast, die young. I've seen the needle, damage done. I have stood on that precipice between the worlds of reason and absurdity, wondered if I had slipped or jumped or was pushed off the edge by the likes of Sartre, Camus or Kafka, accompanied with the cutting words of Nietzsche, God is dead, all merged with the air slapping my sacrificial face. God did not make his or her omnipresence felt when self was falling, full of doubts and angst, and any certainties evaporated into a vaporous mist. All I heard were the silent pauses between the questions. Is it all worthwhile, this futile grab for validation? James Dean, gone without a cause. Che Guevara, ended with a cause. Jimmy's guitar reverberated through a purple haze. Joplin's gravelled voice whimpered in opiate dreams. Lennon just wanted to give peace a chance. Morrison cantered off on a storm. Even Bowie eventually metamorphosed into his final act. Zimmerman's times still are a-changing, and Jagger can't get no satisfaction. And I'm still here, blowing in the wind, gently holding a weeping guitar, trying to tread air. I haven't many heroes left. They've all grown old, or are dead, retired to the memories of my dreams. Therein, their wistful music still whisper their desires, and their faint footsteps angle in quiet contemplation. Many more have passed this way, visionaries and humble folks, kings and queens and slaves in chains, artists, poets and drifters too, seeking love, lust, fortune or fame, sung their songs of woe and joy, fought in wars for their own God and country, who have loved and toiled in the seasonal dances of living. Some have brushed my skin with their silent breaths. Some have left their scars rooted in my impressionable mind. Some stories caress, others bruise. But all flutter their muted narratives onto my parched lips. Whatever their meaning or purpose may have been, was theirs to own. And whatever I dream of them is their gift to me. I'm no longer that 8-year-old boy, fearful of a changing world, although on some days he's not too far away. I'm an ordinary man, thankful for the breaths I have, each filled with hope for future generations, that they may rise above their darkest hours, for surely they will come, and feel a human spark that connects us all. It may sound melancholic, this tale I tell, unravelling the human story, swirling with the heights of illuminations and the roaring landslides of crushing emotions, and all the in-betweens we feel as we climb and fall. As William always stated, or was that Bacon or Marlowe? All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. And all my fragmented parts, tentatively connected, are many, touched by life's fleeting scenes, woven in time's inexplicable tapestry. I am but a small thread in its mysterious weave, constantly stitching, sometimes blind, sometimes lucid, through a maze that is I. How or when my story will end, or who will hear my words in passing, is yet to be written. But I'll hold out my aging hands, cupped, not quite in prayer, nor in defiance, but in anticipation to catch any random moment that may fortuitously drop. Or perhaps I'll pluck this moment out and call it my own, lest it passes me by. Thank you for your time.